Hello, welcome to today's LeetCode challenge. We're going to solve this algorithm string compression. Given an array of characters, compress it using the following algorithm, beginning with an empty string s for each group of consecutive repeating characters in cars. If the group's length is 1, append the character. Otherwise, append the character followed by the group's length. Exactly. So they are giving us an example. Here you can read it on yourself. The characters is AAB, blah blah blah. Return 6. Why? Because if we use this algorithm, then it means that now we'll be appending A and then followed by the group's length. So here in the case of the group's length, the A group, the group length of A is 2 because we have 2 A's. So in that case, we append 2. The group length of B is 2. So we append B and 2. The group length of C is 1, 2, 3, C 3. So we append C and 3. Yeah. So this is only what they want. If we only have one element, we return 1. And here they are saying the first for here they are saying that if B is greater than if the group length of B is greater than 10, that means that we have 1 and 2. Those should be carried as independent strings. Okay, so also you have been told that the algorithm should use constant extra space. So the idea that you had for using a hash map to count all this stuff wouldn't work. So in this case, we have to look for an appropriate approach for this. Okay, so I had started writing some implementation here, but let's start afresh. Okay, so here you go. I will increase this a little bit. Okay, so what's the idea that I want to use? Here we already have, let me copy this. We already have this. Let me copy it here. This is an example. You're given this. We can loop through the elements, right? We can loop through the elements, tracking, comparing if a given element is equal to the previous element. So if, for example, element at index 2, this one, okay, let's start at element at index 1. If element at index 1 is equal to the element at index 0, then that means that these two are in one group, right? So we just increment the count of that group, of the A group. Same to B if they are equal. But when we reach to a point where the element at a given index is not equal to the element at the previous index, that means that we are in a different group. So in that case, we just need to add the previous group using this algorithm. We just need to here append the character to S, and after that we need to append the length to S, just like that. Otherwise we just need to increase. So let's do so that will use a time complexity of n, because we are going to go through the elements at once. Yeah, and that is it. Okay, so the first thing is to loop through the element. For I in range 1, we just want to start from 1, right? 2 characters, length of the characters. So we can track the previous index, but let's track the current index for the purposes of, we want to track the current index for the purposes of, because we want to use constant extra space, we want to modify the input array. So we'll be using the current index at the point where we want to append a character. We know where to append it. So this one is what we'll be using. Okay, so we can see for I in range 1, length of the characters, if cars at I is equals to character at the previous element, which is I minus 1, and as well we can track the total count, yeah, group count. You can say group count is equals to 1 at this time, because we are starting at 1, so we want to set the group count to be 1, right? So for I in range 1, length of the characters, if characters is equals to I minus 1, that means that we are in the same group. So what we need to do is to increment the group count this way. Else, if you are not in the same group, what we want to do is to do this. If the group's length is 1, append the character to S, otherwise append the character following the group. So we have, they have told us to use S, empty string. Yeah, we can do that, but at the same time we need to use the character, we need to modify the input array. So what we need to do here is to set these characters at the current index to be is equals to the character at I minus 1, because they are the same actually. So we want, for example, when we reach at a point where we had B, the character I minus 1 is A, right? So we need to append this. So let me write a demo here. So in this our case, it will be A this way. We just need to set it that way, and then after that we increment current index by 1. We increment current index by 1, and we now need to append the character following by the group's length. Now we want to append the group's length. However, we've been told that in the case where we only have to append the group's length if it's greater than 1. So we need to check that one. If group count is greater than 1, then now we can go ahead to append the character. But at the same time, we've been told that, notice from the example 3, they have told us if the element is greater than 10, as we have said here, we should just assume the two values 1 and 2 as separate characters. So in that case, we can just convert. So we can say for I in range for S in string of the group count, sorry about in the group count, what I need to do is just to append the values again. So I will say car index, where is it, is equals to S, yeah, and after that I need to append the current index. So in that case, we will have A and we'll have 2 here. After this is complete, we reach at a point where we are at B, right? B, then B2, then C. Okay. So we'll reach at a point where now we are at B. For example, here we are at B. If, okay, for I in range, now we are at B and the group count is still incrementing. We have already added B and its consecutive length. So when we are at C now, if character, because we set, okay, let's check here a minute. So if group count greater than 1, for string, group count, character, yeah, after this we need to set the group count to be 1, because now we are going to the next element, to the next group of characters that are not equal to the value, right? So when we reach here, we have the group count to be 1 here at B. After B is inserted, now we are going to C, right? So we are at C, yeah, we are at C, and we checked here C is not equal to B. So in that case, we incremented the current index by 1, that is after adding the value, and then we did this B2, we added this 2. right? Now we are going to the next C. It is equals to this one, so we increment the group count. Go to the next C, we increment the group count. So in that case, we have not added C yet. We need to add it after everything has been computed. So in that case, we can say, if, how can I approach this? So, okay, sorry about this. I can just copy this because the same, and paste it here, and we can say character index is equals to character I, sorry, now it's not I minus 1, but it will be, okay, characters, the current index, because I've been incrementing this one. Yeah, now here is equals to the last character, because you are sure that now this is the last group that I have not added. So it's equals the last character, and then we increment the current index by 1, and after that we need to shift tab. If group count is greater than 1, we need to append here, and then we append the current index by 1. Yeah, so what do we need to return here? We need to return the new length of the array. We need to return the new length of the array. So in that case, you can note that the current index has been incrementing from 0, just as we could use the string, just as we could be appending there. We have been shifting our current index each time we are adding the element, we are modifying the string. So in that case, we just need to return the current index. Yep. So maybe I can run the program just to confirm. Let me bring this up here. Yeah. Oh, runtime is 0 millisecond. Yeah, but you can see everything is working fine. Maybe the edge case is where when you have the only element that's 1, we don't need to compute all this stuff. So I just need to say if length of the characters is equals to 1, or okay, is equals to 1, or okay, we just need to return 1, no need. Yeah, which will still work. Now if I submit the solution, okay, I do this. If I submit the solution, yeah, it beats 100%. Wow, I think this is an issue, this is an error, but it beats 100% of the what? Okay, this is it, and it beats 60%, yeah, memory. So that is it, guys. Thank you.